So in today's video, we're going to fix your chicken wing. Right, so we're going to discuss in this video, what is a chicken wing? Do you need to fix it? Or is it actually something that's really, really functional in your swing? If it is something that's destructive though, why does it actually happen in your swing? And then how are we going to get you moving better so that you don't have it? Now, before we get into the hows, wheres and whys, if you're new down to my channel, welcome down to Ali Taylor Golf. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. If you're enjoying the content as you're watching along today and you don't currently subscribe to my channel, please feel free to click the subscribe button below, ring the notification bell, and then you'll find out whenever I drop a new video. But for now, let's fix that chicken wing. So first of all, what is a chicken wing? So from a face-on camera angle, it is a movement on the way through that looks very like that. So we would see that shape, a very bent lead arm, the top of the arm coming away from the body, and that club face really, really being held off through impact. Now, I mentioned at the start, you might see this in your follow-through and you might actually play some really, really good golf. I mean, one of the top players who maybe isn't playing great at the moment, but absolutely had this look in his follow-through was Jordan Spieth. When he was playing all his best golf, you were seeing definitely a little bit of that through the golf ball, and that helped him control the club face through impact and actually deliver some really, really good shots. Now, I know now that he's struggling, a lot of people are saying that's a fault in his swing, but can't have it both ways. You know, it can't be one of those things that actually helped him play, you know, fantastic golf, really, really dominate for a couple of years, and now that's actually the problem. If you're watching this video, chances are, though, that you've not been dominating world golf with this movement, so this is something we need to improve on. Now, first things first, what actually causes that on the way through? Because my little worry for a lot of guys is they see this and try and change that position, but it's understanding maybe what's causing it in the downswing and through impact. So one of two reasons predominantly. The first one would be that as we're coming through the golf ball, that we don't really let the club face rotate, and as we're trying to keep the club looking at the target, the only way we can do that is to let that lead arm come away from the body, and as a result of that, from down the line, we can see as the club face comes in, club is still looking towards the target, and that's where you would see that elbow appear behind me very, very quickly. The other one would actually be from maybe down this angle, where you might get somebody who is working very much that way, and that if they keep going there, the club's just going to bury into the ground. So what they'll do is they'll get the elbow moving away from the body to shallow the swing out. Not just poor direction shots, but very poor strike with that one. So I want you to think about, you know, what would we actually be looking for on the way through? So what you will see with most of the best players is as they're coming through, that they're going to be much more there through impact. So a lot of guys notice how straight that arm is. And the first thing they'll try and do is they'll go from there and they'll try and straighten the arms. Now, if I look at face on here and do that, see my club face, if I straighten my arms, that club face is still very, very poor. So what we're going to work on is how we're going to get that arm rotating, that lead arm. So if I hold the club with just my lead arm and were to rotate this way to the right and then swing through, we can see that elbow is going to move away from my body. So what we want to feel much more of is that that forearm rotates that way. The upper arm will rotate as well, and we're going to feel almost that that lead palm gets more to the sky. So if I were to do a few of those swings, feeling like my palm gets more to the sky, straight away, that is a very, very different feeling on the way through. Okay, so I get that lead arm rotation, that gets that club face rotating and allows my elbow to kind of work down rather than out and up. So that can be a really, really good focus. Another little focus for a lot of guys can then be just to grab something like head cover, and just be a little careful where you put this. Make sure you get it quite high up. Don't get it down near your elbow, but quite high up under your armpit. And we want to feel a little bit of connection between the upper arm and the chest. So we can see if I were to get that rotation, I'm going to keep that head cover there. Whereas if I don't get that rotation, that's going to work away. So then don't be afraid of doing a few little swings with that. So I'm going to focus on rotation, but the head cover is just going to be an extra bit of feedback. And I wouldn't make massive swings with this because it's trying to train impact. And as you go further back and further through, that lead arm will move away. So just waist height to waist height, clip a couple of shots away. And not only should you see a much better strike, you should start seeing a much, much different shape of shot. So much straighter. Nice, accurate shots. And then if you can, lose the head cover. If you wanted to hit full shots with the head cover, what I would say is you would just drop it further into your follow through. So I'll do that on one shot and then I'll do one without. So you can see I only drop the head cover well into the follow through. And again, a nice accurate shot. But the key with any drill is, can you do it without that there? So no head cover. I'm going to focus on how I get that lead arm rotating. So set up to the ball. Swing felt good. Actually getting a little draw, which for most of you guys who would be worried about the chicken wing, you won't be used to seeing that draw. You'll be used to seeing fades and poor strikes. But just run through that lead arm, get it rotating a bit, feel that that lead palm is getting more palm to the sky on the way through. You'll see how much differently the arm works as opposed to that way. And if you can get that lead arm rotating better and staying a bit more connected with your body, you're going to get rid of that chicken wing forever. So guys, hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, like it and share it, comment below and I'll get back to as many people as I can. If you've enjoyed today's content, and hopefully you've already done this during the video, but if you haven't and you want to subscribe, click the subscribe button below, ring the notification bell, then you'll find out whenever I drop a new video. Follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Ali Taylor Golf. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here soon. Stay in contact.